Alright. So real quick for everyone, there's a few little changes that we had made. There are 2 new games on the schedule. March the 9th, which is the day after tomorrow, so Thursday, very last minute, where we're going to see part of the away team. So Castor and Pollux and Osiria, along with Al and Iv, our bunny apprentices, as they do part 1 of getting the fuck home. And then on, I think the 20th, which is a Monday, is the second half of that, which is Whatever It Takes, where we'll see Gemini, Rennick, and then I think Maz and Amel. That sounds right to me. For the second half of that, so they can all get home and maybe actually start enjoying all of the new stuff that we've made. And then there's also been a recap stream added on Monday, the 13th. So we're going to go over everything that we haven't covered since the last recap, as well as working on the February top supporter art, whatever that's going to look like. Because I don't know yet. If only someone could tell me. And,
what?
We just...
I don't know yet. I haven't figured it out. I got a whole week.
Just panicked, like,
Better make it good. Better make it count.
Oh, God.
That's true. And then...
Mecha Tsoki.
Yes.
Alright, so Ellen is going to do the recap. And then we'll get to the game.
Alright, everybody. So today we are playing Fish in a Birdcage, a Fiasco game. This is taking place right after everything that has happened this last weekend of events. And the whole last month is you guys, this is the first time the whole crew is back in the city after a while.
Right.
It is late at night. Many of you the characters are having trouble sleeping. Everybody in the crew is just having a bit of difficulty sleeping. More so than the people from Liminal, it seems like people that are from this world specifically are having even more of an issue. Some of them look like they haven't slept in days. Some of them are a little bit manic from staying up too late. It's something that's going on in the city. The air is off. The whole feeling is off. Something is going wrong. And so yeah, that is where we are, and we are playing Fiasco. For the record, let me move over to introduce the characters. So we have Kay, who is played by Caustic.
Hello.
We have Tsoki, who is played by Not Forgiven.
Oh, hello.
Joaquin, who is played by currently in their vehicle as.
Hi there.
Don't crash.
And wait, they can't crash. They're not moving.
I'm not driving.
Oh, that would actually make it way more terrifying for me. And then we have Royce, who is
so intense.
right.
If you're
6.
I know I'm driving as I play, it's fine. I'm a great multitasker.
And we have Royce, who is played by Kole.
I'm back again, everybody. Hello.
Okay. So the way the Fiasco starts is we will start by dealing out cards, and then everybody will play a card to the person clockwise on them. If you can, start with a relationship card. I'm dealing the cards now. 3, 4, 5. Okay. To all players. 7. Why didn't that work? Oh, there they are. Oh, Caustic only got 5. But nobody look at your cards yet.
I'm so special.
I don't know what happened there. Nika is going to tell as what their cards are due to, well, everything.
The whole being stuck in traffic thing.
The whole being stuck in traffic.
Blazing vehicles of death.
Okay, so now everybody should have 6 cards.
Do we just click on them?
Yep. You can click on them to make them bigger, and then click and drag them. We're gonna start with.
Fuck.
All right. I'm gonna go. I'm playing Tisk here. You guys can see Tisk. He's this bird surrounded with orange. If you guys do not remember, Tisk, he owns a pawn shop in the Undercity called the Lever Action. He seems to be somewhat suspicious and has had some of Karam's children working for him. They threw rocks at Bammon's shop.
Rude. When you said click and drag them, like, if I... Where? Do I carry it off the thing?
Oh yeah, I think you'd be able to see. Ooh.
Oh, double click.
Me trying to navigate this is like such a pain, and I'm sorry because the entire stream gets to see me like click on something and not have it do anything for a while, so I start clicking around, and then it immediately like shits the bed. I wanted to get a screenshot, but it's like so small that you can't see the screenshot. Like you can't actually see the text of the cards.
Okay, so Tisk, as a character, has... Oop! Joaquin left completely.
Oh, wow.
They're underneath the power pole right now.
We'll see if we can get them back. If they can't make it back, I guess we're just gonna move on with just the 4 of us. Oh, they're back.
Welcome back. Maybe.
A robot has taken Joaquin's place.
That'll do.
No, we are good. Had brief difficulties.
Okay. Alright, so Tisk, Joaquin, Tisk has come up to Joaquin with, a plan to help the city. We don't know what that plan is, but, we don't know what that plan is, but we know that he has a plan. So Joaquin is being asked to show up there. That doesn't happen right now. Now it's up to Joaquin to play a relationship card on K. Basically, Nika, I don't know if I can steal your cards. I cannot.
I wish that you could, cause like I can't read them.
Okay.
Like, so I can't tell what they like. Yeah, I can't see the small version. They either are like enormous or.
Are you able to use Control Plus to zoom in?
Like the zooming in only zooms in on the like screen, not like the map, not the cards.
Well, if you have the cards open when you do that, it'll zoom in on them too.
It gets really, really big. Like
I
it took
know.
up the entire screen.
How do you have it opened in that smaller window?
It's
I
the
guess
smaller
that's the
window
question.
is Alan requesting to take the card from me. That's the only, because otherwise it's enormous and I can't like.
Yeah.
I can't fucking read them. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to like accommodate the fact that like Ez is in traffic and I literally can't read the fucking cards that you're
No.
like. So I can
understand.
tell you
Cards
what
for
they are
ants.
so you know what they're supposed to be.
Can I steal them from you?
I don't know if you could steal all of them from me.
I'm trying to. Can you?
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
Oh, okay. So,
Okay.
Ez, your cards are. You
Yeah.
have a shared this is your relationship with K right now for today's game, and like maybe going to the future. You either have a shared secret mission with them. You've been asked to keep them safe by someone. You are unsettled by, or frenemies.
I'm gonna go with someone who's asked me to keep them safe.
Okay. Someone has asked Joaquin to keep Kay safe. Oh, we can work that one in really well. All right, Kay, what is your relationship with Kole? If you have a relationship card, please do. I hope you do.
I do. I'm going back and forth on two. I'm gonna go with friendly rivals because he, as the engineering officer, keeps taking equipment from our department, and so I'm just like, man, I don't know if that's the right way.
Deal
It
with it.
works. Yeah, stop stealing from my department. You're like super smart. Why are you taking my shit?
I need it too. I gotta do a relationship card now to Tsoki.
Yep, relationship with Tsoki.
We've shared a secret mission together.
Hell yeah. Engineering.
All right, so it's shared secret mission. All right, and I did put multiples of those in there because just in case. And what is your relationship with Tisk, Tsoki?
All right, do we want the one that makes sense or do we want the one that doesn't?
Either one's fine with me. Like we'll have to make it make sense at some point today.
We'll do this one because it's easier. I saw something I can't easily explain.
Okay, all right. So now we're going the other way, and this one we want to use a location, object, or the need cards to like add on to these relationships. So I think Tsoki saw something he can't easily explain at the diving bell. That something involving Tisk. So as you can see, I have put down the location card there.
All
right.
Now, I think I want to do... Our shared secret mission involved a box of perfect lemons.
Okay.
Perfect how? Is it the taste? Are they
The
just
shape?
like the genetically perfect superior lemon breed?
I think it's the suspicious, or the lemons from Bobbert's Casino.
Oh,
We're investigating that.
let's see. Friendly rivals over these new batteries.
Oh, that's very good.
Yeah, that is good. But which side of the rivalry are you on?
I mean, I think we keep trying to like grab them from each other, and we just are devising ways to steal them away from each other when the other isn't looking.
Oh, that's very fun.
The other thought is like, how much? We know that they're stealing from the forest. I'm not sure Kay would actually want us to use them.
No, we can't use those. No. The scientific pursuit must not be prohibitive. It's good. We must use these.
You're stealing from nature.
It'll
So-
get over it.
Alright, Kay, what is something or some place or a motive that explains the fact that someone has asked Joaquin to keep you safe? To escape notice.
Kay is created from a tree that is, previous world knowledge, probably a little dangerous for, I don't know, maybe Gibbet to discover.
Yeah, I mean, keep you hidden from Gibbet. That makes a lot of sense. And Joaquin, for your help, Tisk is asking you to help the city. And the items that you have that could help you with this are fake delivery orders, a hefty bribe, or the getaway vehicle.
I'm like leaning towards hefty bribe, but that's kind of like a Krieg thing. So I'm gonna say like faked paperwork, fake delivery orders.
All right.
We got stuff moving, and it may or may not be going to the place that is listed on the manifest, and it may not be what's on that manifest.
Absolutely.
But we are moving stuff. Or not. Maybe there's nothing in those vehicles. Don't worry about it.
Right. So I'm going to start off. The first we all get 2 scenes in the first act, and then we apply a tilt. So the way that these scenes are going to work is, Tuesdays might be a cursed day because the internet is going like crazy bad for me too.
Yeah, I'm watching the stream go down to like pixels.
Yeah, the stream's going down to pixels. My like Roll20's not working right, but we're gonna fight our way. Well, at least I can hear you guys on Discord. All right. So, can somebody for me play Indy and play a character named Prague? They are 2 like teenagers from the Undercity. One of like Indy is a he's like a rhinoceros guy that wears a leather jacket, but like he used to wear a leather jacket, but now he's wearing like a nice suit even though he's just like a teenager. Tisk has really gotten him doing some of the like the low stuff, like a little bit of extortion, a little bit of just like, hey, go grab these items for me. And Prague is a monkey that was used to be known as Terry, but when he joined this gang, he changed his name to Prague.
Is Indy the one that kept like being too helpful when he was supposed to be keeping secrets? Or
Yeah, Indy can't keep a secret. He's a rhinoceros that just cannot keep a secret. This scene will be taking place in the lever action in Tisk's pawn shop.
I can do Indy.
Sure. And if anybody else wants to jump in at any point, and again, I am deciding what this scene is going to be, so you guys decide how this scene is going to end. Like, if you think it's going to end negatively for Tisk, go ahead and play the negative card. If you think it's going to end positively for Tisk, go ahead and like drag the positive card into the center. Like, and we're going to start it like right here. So Indy, you come into the shop and Tisk is behind the counter, and he's like has this large like chest open. It's somewhere between a chest and a briefcase. I guess it looks more like luggage. And he has it open and he's looking at it, and he looks at you as you come in over the top of it, and he just says, "This will change things, my lads."
What is it?
He like spins it around, and they look like the manor batteries that have been coming into town. But they're much, much smaller, little vials. And he's just like, this is something the city cannot be without. And he just like holds it up. It's just like, they'll help people sleep. They'll help people accomplish their dreams. And he flicks one in the air and snatches it. And he's just like, all you need to do. And he puts it in like a hypodermic needle thing. Like, and just like, give somebody a little shot. Makes them happy for the next 72 hours. Of course, you give them the first taste for free, and then you charge them. So what I'm going to need you guys to do is start hitting my corners outside of the boneyard. Maybe take some to the diving bell. Can I trust you on this one, Indy?
Are you sure it's gonna be a good idea to go to the diving bell? You know the Wonder Crew hangs out over there.
I am hoping we could make some of them our very important clientele.
I mean, I don't see why not. What's our pitch here?
It's to help you sleep. Modern medicine. It's just like, tell them anything that you need them to tell them.
Medicine. Okay. Yeah, I think we can do that. Did you have, like... How much were you thinking on these? Did you want us to ask?
Judge by the person. As much as you think you might be able to get out of them, that's how much you ask for.
Anyone you wanted us to target or avoid?
Look for those who seem like they haven't had a good night's sleep in a while.
Alright, I gotcha. Come on, boys. We got things to do.
Does this end good or bad for Tisk?
I'm gonna leave that up to the rest of the group.
Don't look at that.
I'll shuffle it back in, don't worry. Did you want it to end positive, though?
Yeah. Let's
All right,
start.
so Tisk has a positive. He smiles as like Indy and Prague both understand the assignment, and he just goes. He says, "Any minute now will be my meeting with Joaquin," and it's just like today couldn't go better. And he's like smiling, and I think then we're going to see a montage of, because it ended positively, of Indy and Prague actually selling these basically AP shots, just made different than the way that you guys normally make them.
And Indy managed to keep their mouth shut.
Yeah. All right. Does anybody else have an idea for a scene right now? Because I could give you guys a little bit of stuff to like get the ball rolling.
That might be helpful.
Sounds like I'm about to have a meeting with Tesker.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely like show up in there for sure.
I don't know if that's a scene we're wanting to play out.
All right, so like you can take a step into the lever action. The lever action is a pawn shop in a fantasy world, very much so. Like there are weapons hanging off the wall, there are porcelain dolls, there are like books. There are definitely like boxes with like locks on them. Some of these boxes have far too many locks on them. And like as you walk into the lever action, Tisk, who is this fancy Birdman wearing like a nice like ruffled collar and like with cravat, is that what it's called?
Cravat?
Cravat.
Cravat, yes.
And like he's like, welcome, Joaquin. It's a pleasure to meet you. And he pulls himself around the corner and walks forward to shake your hand.
Reach my hand out, take it immediately.
Like,
Pleasure to be invited. I'm waiting to hear what this proposal is you have.
Well, as you know, some people look at me as an illicit business dealer. So I'm not going to try to hide my actions from you. You would see through it most certainly. There's a bit of a black market down here, as I'm sure you and the Wander crew have become aware of. We transfer things from gibbet to dyad, from dyad to hymnal, from hymnal to the continent. All of this. All these things. We have made a bit of a port here. I hope you don't mind too terribly.
I'm listening.
Now, some of your crew, and there was definitely like that pause was there. Like your crew have shown a bit of interest in my dealing. And I appreciate them just trying to look out for the city, trying to make the city a better place. It's not that I don't understand that. But
Joaquin's eyes are like so narrow right now.
if there was a way that you could get them off my back a little bit, I think it could work out for you, me, and the rest of the city. It's like, you don't really need to know what's in these boxes, right? I can make it worth your while.
So have I been getting reports or am aware of crew members like reporting issues with Fisk's dealings or something like that? If
Oh.
Fisk is
Most certainly. Karam has had some run-ins with like Tisk is trying to get Karam's like orphans. Hey, he's offering them money and power to join his little gang, and you have like there have been reports of the little gangs like muscling small businesses as they try to like form up in the Undercity. It's like, the safest
protection racket, just like anything under the sun, that kind of thing.
It seems like it's a protection racket. It's just like if you don't pay up to Tisk, then there's a good chance your windows are going to be broken when you wake up.
Yeah, it's licensed pay to play and in his turf, and it's not like he's offering much.
Right. But like he has now very recently began to expand his business. You won't know about the green drugs from a second ago, but you will know about he has started moving more money around.
Right.
Real quick,
Well,
is a negative
what?
is a negative
I-
on Tisk or on Joaquin here?
This is negative for Joaquin.
Are we getting positives? Are we getting negatives?
Whatever
Roll
you
those
think a
cards out,
positive
roll
is
on
for you.
Yep, they want the scene to end positively.
Well, Fisk, I really like the idea of your proposal. You're a shrewd and competent businessman.
Well,
So I'm
thank
not
you.
going to mess around. I'm not going to mess around with you. It's really not my business what you do running your little small operations around town here, and my role is to make sure my officers are supported in what they're reporting to me and what they need to do their job to run commerce. So, quite honestly, I'm not really interested in what's in those crates unless it's hurting our direct community or it's, getting in the way of the work that we have to do.
It's like, oh, but I believe you
that
might want to
said-
see this. And he holds up some fake delivery orders. And he shows you, he's just like, this has come in from your good friend at Dyad, Sal, the salamander mayor of Dyad. He's just like, you see here, they have listed all these goods. And it's just like, it's a list of food and like breadstuffs and stuff that is supposed to be coming in from Dyad. And it's just like, now, would you be surprised to hear that your friend Krieg, your friend Nicole, and your friend Karam have had illicit dealings with Sal?
I might be interested to hear all of those things. And it sounds like we do have some business. But let me tell you how this is going to go down. And Joaquin takes his, he's kind of got it on his hip, his writing prop. And he kind of starts striking his palm with it. And it's just like, you're not in a position to make any bargains or deals. You're going to tell me who you've been working with, which one of my crew's been running what, and what exactly is going on here.
I think that would be like the perfect time that the screen just kind of fades to black as like you just get a
Yeah.
close up on Joaquin's hand slapping his hand with the writing
Yeah,
crop.
we're about to do some manipulation and some magical persuasion.
Drama's
Because
out of it.
you are
Honestly, I
fucking with
was
the
thinking
wizard, and
kinky.
he does not know what he's getting into.
And so for this one, we're gonna go to Kay. Kay, you are in the science lab. Absolutely, like, and this isn't your scene. I'm just giving you like a heads up. Like,
Okay.
you're in the science lab. You have been studying these rose bushes with Adley? Adley.
Yes.
Yeah. With Adley, and you've been studying them with Charity. And like you guys are sleepless. Both of those two are like passed out somewhere in here. Like you have like a cot that like one of the like they might just be asleep on top of each other. Adley turned into like a little like shrew or something curled up. It's adorable.
Precious.
But like you haven't gotten sleep in days. And like you don't even notice immediately that like people are having trouble sleeping because like you've been so focused on it's like there was that giant crocodile, there was the rose bushes, the mana batteries, everything is just going so out of hand. And then it's just like you stop and like you're so tired you have to like stretch out your limbs and like ruffle out your flowers, and you happen to turn around and there's just a parchment, like a box, like wrapped in like the paper, you know, that old style, like with twine thread and stuff, and twine rope, and a note on top of it that just says, 2K from C.
See the letter?
See the letter, yeah.
I
don't know how you refer to Karika, is what it is.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. Alright, well, I assume that I recognize the awkward handwriting of Karika and go ahead and open it.
And as you open it, inside is a like very like turn of the century style camera. Like it's very just boxy and clunky, and it has the big flash bulb on it, but the flash bulb is kind of the same hue of green as the mana batteries are.
Well, that's concerning.
And it just, the note says, it's just like, I keep hearing rumors about this celestial sea, and instead of waiting around, I've decided to go on my own. It's just like, I've commissioned this little device to help you see the world as it is. It's just like, do better. And then it's just like, however, Karika would sign off. And it's just like, Karika's off in the world somewhere now.
Oh, shit. That's not good.
But this camera...
fine.
Oh, go ahead.
I just said it'll be fine.
Photo camera or, like, video camera?
It's a photo camera that, when you take pictures of it, it will show you the two worlds used to put that made the one creature, or as many worlds as it took to create that creature. Like, you can study and start making a bestiary from here on out. Like, and it'll work on creatures, plants, everything. This is Kay's hook for the season.
That's fancy. Well, that's neat as heck. Is there like a limit on, I don't know, film?
There is film, but you have a good amount of it. I will only, if you roll super low, is when I'll ever make you worry about film. Alright, and now you can start your scene. Like that is where like your scene can start anywhere after that event. I just needed to get that event on. And I will also get you the item by the end of the week, I promise.
Awesome. So as far as the scene goes, are we trying to end up where Joaquin is? I haven't played this before, so
You can end up wherever you want. Like if you want to like study the batteries or anything, because you already said that you don't feel safe about, like you have like misgivings about them, you can go like locate them. Or if you want to stop Royce from using them, you can do that. If you want to try to find Joaquin, Joaquin's Karika, the character that Caustic played last season, or like not last season, the first season, is the person who asked you to keep Kay safe, because they do not have a handle on the politics of the world exactly.
Got it. I think I remember Karika from season 1.
Yeah. So Karika is convinced that Kay is only going to get themselves in trouble. So I think they asked you to like try to keep them out of out of people's eye line, and especially the people from Gibbet.
Okay, so where would I find these batteries to investigate them? Would I have them, or do I need to go hunt for them? I guess. You know what? We took samples when from the ship that had crashed. I am looking into that.
Do you wanna tell us what the scene is, or you wanna tell us how the scene ends?
Okay. I don't want to just be in here alone. I kind of want to interact with someone. So,
Absolutely, you can.
Let me think. You know what? My friend Tsoki has a thing for trees, and this is from a forest. Hey Tsoki, I have some samples that I was looking at. Would you be willing to come help me?
And I'm already there. I was behind you. I'm looking at it. I like magic. I like forests. You know, that's my whole shtick. So I'm there. What you got there, Kay?
I have some samples from the battery leak on the ship the other day. This is straight up magic that, by my understanding, is from that forest that everyone keeps avoiding for good reason.
Have you tried tasting it?
Kay, as deadpan as possible without a face, is just like, I don't have a mouth. But also, please don't taste it. We need to stop tasting things. This is insane. We're in a science lab.
Like, Tsoki was reaching for it to, like, go taste it, and then you told him not to, so he slowly pulls his hand away, and he's like, but it'd be so interesting to know what pure magic tastes like.
I'm fairly certain that, oh no. Who did this? So, I have to assume that at some point Kay has walked over to pull out a microscope and some slides, and Tsoki decided that he needed to taste it.
Overcome with wonder.
I have to know.
Tsoki.
Sure, why not?
So yeah, if that's what's gonna happen, Tsoki, as you taste it, your eyes go bright green. Like normally they're like the blue color, and like the lantern, that Soki's lantern is leaning up against the wall. Tsoki, you don't even know if you remember bringing that. Like it down here, it's like, but as you look at it, you see a ghostly image, like holding it, and like that image picks up your lantern and starts like walking around the room, looking at everything, using your lantern as a walking stick. And like you're the only one that's seeing this happen. And then she like looks directly at the sample of the rose that Kay was studying, and you see the eye, like the rose opens up and has a gray eyeball right in the center of it, and like looks at you like very like purposefully. Like this thing doesn't have a true face, it's basically blank, but you feel like it is looking at you straight through your soul. And then it disappears, and Kay and Tsoki both hear the lantern crash to the ground. Doesn't break or anything, but the chain rattles and the metal like rings on the ground.
Are my eyes still glowing green?
No, as soon as that happens, your eyes go back to like blue for a second, and then just normal, like not glowing anymore.
What did I say? I have to assume you licked it, didn't you? What?
I'm gonna run over to my lantern and pick it up real quick and be like, and inspect it for damages. And it's very clear that I'm like super worried for a second until I inspect it and it's fine, and be like, did you just see this moving around?
I didn't see anything, but I definitely heard that.
Nobody
Would
ever
I have
sees
seen
it.
the rose being open at this point, or is that
The rose is closed back up.
okay? So yeah, what do you mean?
And it's just like then the screen fades and Royce, one of your batteries is missing from your lab. Like from not your lab, your shop. Like you know that you put batteries right here. Because like they've got the destruction of the airship. They've got that all fixed up themselves. They're doing that outside, so it's just like you're working on a little bit of a passion project.
There's only one person who would have taken these from me. I'm gonna start marching towards K.
It's a good thing we're friendly rivals.
Right. We can just have this scene be literally like Royce walking into like the lab right after, or it can be a later thing. It can be whenever you guys want it to be. These don't have to happen in the same day, by the way. Like we can like play with time as much as we want.
Oh, I think it's even more hilarious if it like Royce walks in right as they're still dealing with all of that.
Oh yeah, so Royce comes walking in the room, everyone. Well, you two.
Like I swear, Kay, my lantern, it was walking by itself. There was a guy there. He was carrying it, kind of ghost maybe, and he walked over to the rose and he hovered it over the rose like this, and it was glowing. And the rose looked at me.
Look, I'm not responsible for your sleep deprivation, nor am I responsible for how you leaned that against the wall. You should have been more careful because it just fell on the floor in my lab.
You on the caffeine again, Tsoki?
Always?
I keep telling you, it's messing with your head. Anyway, Kay, batteries.
Royce, no.
I need them. I'm working on a project.
You don't need batteries. You have like perfectly good other things to work with. You engineered just fine without them.
I'm
without stealing from this local forest.
I'm not stealing anything.
You're
I'm
making
experimenting
use of
with
stolen
objects that we
magic.
have. No, it's borrowing magic.
I'm pretty sure you borrowed it without permission from the forest indirectly.
I mean,
And therefore
to be
you're
fair,
stealing.
all of our magic is borrowed from the great cosmos, especially you.
I feel like the forest would beg to differ.
I just want to be in like the background, like poking the rose bush with my stick
Oh yeah, I mean,
while they're arguing.
somebody decide whether this is positive or negative.
Is there any is a battery like on display right now?
Yeah, I mean, we could definitely have like the battery being like in a cupboard that's not fully closed. You know what I mean? Like you can just see the hint of the green light coming out of that cupboard.
So, like Rose is like arguing with Kay, and he's just like, there they are. And he's just gonna like stomp over there to go grab them.
Ended positively for him. So yeah, you find them, and I think you find like an extra one. Like,
Listen, I'm just gonna do some experiments.
Okay,
Some
one of those
hypotheses.
was yours. That other one is from the lab. What do you think you're doing walking away with that?
What we all want to do here, science.
My
alright,
brain is just like in scene right there.
yeah, like, alright, Tsoki, do you want to? Because you guys are gonna get another scene after this one, by the way. So like we're gonna go around, and then we're gonna go around the other direction.
Okay.
So Tsoki, do you want to do what scene do you want to do?
I think I'm gonna have sometime later outside of the diving bell, or I guess inside of the diving bell.
Okay, and do you want to like pitch the scene, or do you want to pitch how it ends? Like, do you want to know it's going to end good or bad, or do you want to like give the scene?
I think I want to give the scene, unless you got an idea that you...
No, I don't. I'm good. Just so all of you know, I just want everybody to know that I can pitch you guys scenes if you don't have one in mind.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I need Kay to reprise the role of Rhino Friend.
Hello.
And then I guess, Alan, you want to run the monkey guy?
Oh yeah, I'll run Prague.
Okay. So Tsoki, as is his wont, is at the Diamond Bell.
Prague is the one that kicked you in the face, by the way.
I was wondering.
Yeah.
I had a feeling. So I'm sitting at the Diamond Bell. I'm in my normal spot. I got my espresso, as is my normal night, and I'm just kind of chilling. And I just hear some commotion outside, and I go to investigate, and there's Prague and what was the other guy's name?
Prague and Indy.
I'm gonna write this down so I don't forget. There's Prague and Indy out there, and they're, we'll have I guess does Royce or Joaquin want to be in here being pestered by Prague and Indy? Do we have a volunteer?
Why not? I've taken a break from my scientific pursuits.
Oh, yeah, either one. Sorry, I was trying to figure
Yeah,
Which of you looks the more tired?
Could be both. Doesn't have to be one or the other.
I honestly think that both Prague and Indy have been warned away from Joaquin at this point.
Okay.
Basically, he's got, Tisk has plans for Joaquin, so he doesn't want to get them tied up to it. But
I think we heard that Royce is someone who really likes using those batteries, and these are just smaller batteries, right?
they're just smaller batteries that just go on the inside. The people batteries. And that is how they are pitching. That is how Prague is pitching it to Royce. He's just like, check it out. You put this, and he opens the cap of it without putting it in the hypodermic thing and just puts it near Royce's tattoo, and just being close to Royce's Leto tattoo, it starts glowing bright blue. It's see that? Imagine that on the inside.
I'm not really impressed.
I mean, you can have a sample.
Absolutely.
Give me a
First taste is
sample.
free.
Just give it to me, and I hold out a hand.
Prague starts to load up his hypodermic needle thing. It's just we're told that we have to do it this way.
It's safer.
Safer this way.
No. You seem to misunderstand. I need a vial. I want to show you something.
Then I need, and he slaps it in to the thing, some payment.
Tsoki's just watching from a distance, oh, what's going on over here? This looks like something that's
so
interesting.
You're not willing to give a trial to somebody.
A trial is one of these. You can't have an entire vial. That's a lot. It's probably not safe at that point.
So you're selling something that's not safe. Interesting.
No, you ever heard of an overdose?
So calm down, Indy. Prague puts his hand on your shoulder, and he's like, "Don't worry about this. We can show him what it's like." And it's just he injects it directly into his shoulder, and you see his body kind of free. He does a little twitching out, and then he gets really relaxed. And what happens next is it's up to a positive or negative to be given. I can tell you guys what's gonna happen. I can tell you what I have in mind.
Okay.
But
Somebody, anybody.
yeah. But so it is negative.
I just was about to play positive.
So close.
I ended up putting it down off screen because it was half a second before me.
Okay, let me. Is it this one? This one down here? Okay, I think I see it. I can't actually grab that, but it'll be fine.
There, I put it up there. Maybe you can get it.
Can you put it in the center? I could put it back if you put it in the center. Oop, I don't want to take it. Return to deck. Nope. Apparently, it just gets removed. All right. Anyway, so negative. He like starts freaking out. Tsoki, what you see above him is like, to Tsoki, it's very like JoJo's Stand, or you guys played Devil May Cry when you see Virgil or Nero's like their ability like behind them.
Yeah,
it's like a ghostly form. You see a ghostly form of this huge like like thorny creature. Like it looks very similar to what the Rumors team, that game was like the 4 new people. Like it looks like that golem. Like it's this huge like 2-armed creature. You don't see anything from waist down. Like it is just like, it's a rose golem or like a rose bush golem. It's all thorny. Nobody else seems to be seeing this, but his eyes go like super wide, and he just takes like a pose. And this pose that he takes looks a lot like Karam fighting. Like Prague is just like really juiced up and just really just ready to go. It's just like, I heard you're a good fighter, Royce. Let's fucking go. And like he's like, I'm willing to like end the scene there without knowing like whether it came to blows, and we can talk about that in another time.
Yeah.
yeah.
Jesus.
No one else saw that plant thing, though, right?
Nobody else saw the plant thing. You guys, Royce would have seen like he was steaming magic, but not the same way that Royce steams magic. You know.
I'm the OG magic steamer.
You're the OG magic steamer. All right, so now I'm gonna go the other way. So now it's gonna be Tisk to Tisk, then Tsoki, then Royce, then Joaquin at the end. So, does anybody have a scene that they want Tisk in? Because I could choose the end of it, or like either way. So, okay, how would you like this have ended? Like, that scene? Do you want me to do a scene where
I was thinking
go ahead.
I was thinking in my head that once that interaction was done, I was gonna like tail him and follow him back to, I guess Tisk eventually. If that's a scene that we want to play out.
Yeah, I mean, do we want to play out the fight scene between Prague and Royce? Do we want to see that? Like,
We do have a no-fight bounty.
We do have a no-fight bounty, but
I'm sure Royce can de-escalate just fine. So start there and then move on from there.
Alright.
De-escalating against someone on drugs is pretty crazy.
So the scene is Tisk shows up. I'm gonna choose the ending for this one because I'm gonna give myself a positive outcome for this one.
Okay.
Tisk shows up and like sees Prague like getting ready to fight Royce. And Royce, are you like putting up your dukes ready to go? Like,
no, I'm sitting there at the bar, like deadpanning at him. Like, really? You're gonna try? Like, really?
You guys see you see Tisk come into the room, and Tisk just shakes his head. And Royce, on that scene, you see something's on Tisk's hand as he like puts his arm around Prague and like pats him on the chest from behind situation. You're like arm over around the shoulder and like a couple pats. And both of those pats, Tsoki, as you're watching from a distance, you see that that shadowy figure behind Prague like fading away. It almost like it got sucked into this device on his hand. It's like there. I'm sorry, kids, they shouldn't be in here anyway. I don't know how many times I've told them to stay away from the diving bell.
A lot of times.
See? Thank you, Indy. And why are you here now? And don't answer that. You're gonna go home. Go home. Everything's...
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
That's right. And she's like, carry Prague for me. And like you see that Prague is just like completely out of energy. And just like collapses into Indy's arms.
Fireman carry.
It's like, a round of drinks on me. Everyone in this diving bell. Again, just so everybody knows, Simmons is in this diving bell, and he's just drinking stinkweed or stinkflower beer, and he loves it. It has been confirmed that happened. One of the very few characters that enjoys the stinkflower beer is Simmons. And he's just like, thank you all. Thank you so much. I'm sorry to get in your way. And he just like takes a step out. Please don't let this affect your business. Go about your day. And like as he's like going out, he's like yelling at Indy. He's like, God damn it. And he like smacks Indy on the back of the head. It's just like, Royce.
I'm sorry, sir. It was his idea.
That man is unhinged at the best of times. Yeah. Again, just he just keeps pushing you. It's just like, just get back. God, why did I hire you?
I don't know, sir. I'm so sorry. I'm going home now.
Get a cold washcloth on his head. He's gonna have a headache for a week. And like that is the end of that scene. Tsoki, I do have a mission, and I do have a scene idea for you.
Okay. So I can decide the outcome if you
yes.
pitch it? All right, Let's go for it.
All right. So when he leaves, like, you and Royce are definitely suspicious, and since you were going to follow him anyway, and they are, like, off guard right now, you two can follow him back to his shop, and you will see this, you guys can easily sneak in, and, like, he's, like, a million miles a minute are his thoughts, and he takes off his, like, hat, and he sits down on his bed, which is a nice bed, and he puts on, like, the old style, like, sleeping gown and little cap, and he opens a drawer, and you see him, like, pull out some of the stuff that they've been selling, and he just, like, takes a bit of it himself, like, a little, like, the shot, not like a needle, like, you know those crazy things that they used to vaccinate people with that just shot the injection through your skin?
Yeah.
That is how they've been doing this.
Oh, no.
And then he just, like, you see a big old smile on his face. And then, like, he lays down, and Tsoki, you can see his dreams appearing above his head.
Is it in, like, the little dream bubble?
It isn't. It's in a little... Absolutely that way. 3 dots, little dream bubble. You see him, like, running a very successful shop. Like, people keep coming in, and he's, like, selling them things at exorbitant prices, and he's laughing every time somebody buys something. And... Oh, go ahead.
It's like, and we've snuck into the... myself and Royce have snuck in at this place, right?
Yes. You have access to the whole pawn shop and, like, his bedroom if you want.
Nice.
All right, Royce, he's out cold. What do you think they're actually selling us here?
I think that's what we should intend to find out. Surely there's notes of some sort here.
All right. We get to looking.
Let's turn the place over.
All right. Tsoki, is this a positive or a negative outcome?
I think this will be a positive outcome.
All right. I'll click and drag this one over to you. There we go.
So we find...
You find the box of perfect lemons.
Ah, yes.
Like, absolutely perfect lemons. And the thing about the box is covered with dust. And there's no refrigeration happening here with these lemons. Like, they're not hard. They're not rotten. It's just a box of perfect lemons. And, like, as you reach down through it, you do see a significant amount of weapons. You see, like, pistols and, like, modern day weapons, not not like swords and knives and crossbows and stuff. You see like 1930s style like mafia weapons.
There's a goddamn Tommy gun in the bottom of
There's
this
most
crate.
certainly a Tommy gun. There's probably a little like rocket launcher. Royce, you like actually Royce and Tsoki, you guys would both know that this stuff looks very, very, very similar to weapons that you would have seen at Parliament.
This stinks, Tsoki. I don't like it.
Sure does. Should we take this with us to investigate further?
I think that would be wise to procure this for ourselves.
And we team lift as not to hurt ourselves, and we skedaddle on out of there as the scene fades to black.
I'll certainly let Tsoki think he's team lifting.
I know Joaquin just disconnected.
Yeah.
They might be. They will be back as soon as possible. So whatever voice is seen is, we gotta do it without Joaquin.
Um,
Do you want one of us to give you a scene, or do you want to like make one?
pitch a scene to me. I'm receptive here.
All right. I have a scene in mind. Caustic, do you have a scene in mind for voice though? You could pitch something.
I mean, I can't help but think he would notice the similarities between the batteries and the drug that just caused some weird shit in front of the bar.
Yes.
So, maybe Kay isn't entirely wrong?
But like, my question is, like, what is that scene? Like, is it Royce discovering the link between the two of them back at his like workshop? Like, we could do that, or like, here we go. How about this one? So, Royce, you and Tsoki have like delivered the weapons to your shop. Like, you have the lemons and all the weapons. And you do also, like, you find a sample pack basically of this drug in the lemon box as well.
Nice.
And you notice that, like, yeah, it shares a lot of things in common with the mana batteries. But there's something else to it. Like I'm sure you've got
something's been like refined into.
Yeah, a little bit like refined or cut with.
Oh, has it been cut with a rose?
I'm gonna set up some instruments, and my plan here is to attempt to separate whatever it's been cut with.
All right.
Are you borrowing my lab equipment again?
It is shared between all the departments. I will have it back to you. Don't worry about it.
Oh, you make it, yeah, and then this one positive? Absolutely. So, like, yeah, it is,
You borrowed my centrifuge.
You discover that it is cut with, a very fine amount and a very fine powdering of the basalt from the statues that, the statue that Tsoki found, and we saw another one of those statues, although, like, you guys didn't actually see that one, only Scour did. But, there seems to be, like, some connection to... Oh, and it's just like, then you get a smell of it, and you thought for a while it was because you've been hanging out with it. There is definitely, like, lemon in this, like, mixture.
I imagine I've got like a little board that's like got all these little items pieced onto it with like strings connecting them, like the connections. I have to make them.
It's I mean, you ended that one positively. So Tsoki, are you in the room too while he's doing all this?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, as he like builds all the strings up, you like look at it and like take a step back, and it's just like all of those strings just pointing right to like Bobbert's Casino and Spa, like written right. It's just like it all connects to that, as like Tsoki remembers the underground tunnels with all the basalt and like the crystal statue that was down there. And
I
like,
just have a mental image of Royce being like, "What's the connection?" And then Tsoki's just like, "It's clearly pointing at Bobbert."
I knew it. I knew he was scum.
Did I don't know if I did previously with the Dream Idol, but if I haven't, I would definitely bring that to the science lab to study. So I imagine it's just like all the parts are there in the lab as well at this point.
okay. So Ez might disconnect any second again, so I'm just gonna skip you real quick for this one, Kay, and I'll go right back to you if that's okay.
No, that's fair.
Okay. Well, but yeah, we'll get that studied. We can even do that as a scene with Kay if you want to. Alright, so Joaquin, what is happening is clear. Like they tried to sell drugs to Royce. They figured out that Bobbert is somehow involved. You have like the secret on the fake delivery orders, like in your hand, and like this isn't your scene, but it's just me setting up for your scene. Like as like you look over the fake delivery orders and walk around the Undercity, Joaquin notices that anywhere near Karam's like gym is like much cleaner, much safer. Like you see people like walking around and like waving hello, and like there are groups of kids, but they're not like ruffians and stuff like that. Like they are like looking around and like clearly like trained as martial artists, but more like guards for the community than like trying to take advantage of the community. But like based on the fake delivery orders, like Karam, Krieg, and Nicole have been getting up to something, like doing favors for Sal in order to accomplish like this level of peace and security.
Yeah. Is this non-chronological to my meeting with Tisk? Because I'm kind of getting the feeling like I'm meeting with Tisk because I'm like, oh, dude, I already know, like, Krieg, Nicole, and we're doing like this. You think you're meeting with me about this?
Yeah, that makes sense. Like so, and I just cut out a little bit right there. So let me like recap real quick. As Joaquin's saying that he already knew about this stuff. Joaquin knew about this and was just like, this is kind of the confirmation. But yeah. So you see the fact that those three are doing it kind of sloppy. Like looking around this area, you're seeing the fact that, yeah, these kids are clearly just kids, like but they are not hiding it from anyone. They know, like you know that this is basically a gang.
Yeah.
And like you've got the fake paperwork, which is just sloppy. It's so sloppy. It's like bread and stuff like that, but like obviously the weights didn't add up. So was he like sneaking in armor? Was he sneaking in weapons? Like, are these kids carrying? You know, we're not sure.
Right. It's just all super obvious. So that's my scene, or that's the location.
That's the setup. Like you can like whatever scene you want to do, we can do, and it can be like forward in time. It doesn't have to be like right after.
Yeah. Maybe like a scene with the kind of friendly conversation.
I can't hear it all.
Yeah, that one really got cut up.
I don't know what's going to be going through right now.
I heard that part.
No. We're so far so good. So how about going to one of Crom's gems and kind of just nonchalantly striking up a conversation. So, Jen?
You starting a conversation with who was that?
Nice. One of the kids around the gym or something.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
Nice. Just
And so like you walk up to what looks like a he's some kind of mammal. He looks like a fox dude. This is Alt. He is like the leader of like he is Karam's like second in command. He was shot in the head before, but he got better. And he's just like,
Do you want
you're walking up to him saying, "What was that?"
do I already know? Alter no.
Yeah, you could know Alt if you've been down here before. You could know Alt.
Hey, Alt, how's it? Are you just hanging out by Crom's gym there? I've just got to say, those are some nice shoes.
Oh, it's like, oh, thanks. Like, he looks down at his shoes, and they are nice. Like, nice shiny. He's wearing a suit, like a nice 3-piece.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, just you're looking a lot. You really clean up really well. Like, let me see. I like the new look.
thank you. Oh, coming from you, wow. I just love your work. Like,
Yeah,
I've heard
of course.
stories.
About my work. Like, what kind of work? Paperwork?
I heard that you and that Royce guy, he's kind of a loose cannon though. One time killed a giant red cap that was like coming through the earth and cut it clean in half.
Oh, yeah. You know that did happen. Royce is a very.
I heard that you once convinced an entire city to help fight, just with words.
No, I really appreciate you following all the stuff I do. It's funny you should mention my work. One of the things I work very closely is, just paperwork, bureaucracy. That's kind of the unsung.
It's like, oh, I don't do much of the reading.
Yeah, I was wondering. Yeah, I was curious because I'm noting that in and out of here, you seem to be going through just.
Try it again.
Yeah, that one got real bad.
Just is that a special kind of bread? Is that for days after you've been lifting? You need the carbs. Like, why all the bread?
The bread is like it's necessary. Like it's bread. Because like we need it. Everybody needs it.
High caloric density. Yeah, no, 50 kilograms per loaf. That's some serious stuff.
Oh, you didn't. Oh, okay. We can explain. I'm gonna say it ends positively.
Oh. Hey, no need to explain. And he kind of like taps on me. He's like, I get it. So you keep moving that bread, and you just again, really nice look, nice kicks.
All right. Yeah. I think that. So yeah, like I think the scene ends with Alt taking Joaquin and like showing him like the whole operation. It's like this is the boat that like Dyad brings like stuff onto, and it is full of food. Like a lot of it is food, but when you flip over the bread, it is like brass knuckles. Like inside the bread, it's just like brass knuckles and pistols, and just like, sometimes it's literally just like bundles of coins, just like put into like what do they call them? Like cloth coin holders. What do they call those things? Penny rolls, like coin rolls. Some of it just completely full of them.
Are these men being framed?
Oh no, I've been I've been swindled. I was supposed to get a full shipment of bread. What are all these brass knuckles doing? Oh no.
Oh no! And like Alt's just like looking at Joaquin, like doing the thumbs up while the scene ends. It's just like, yeah, they have quite a few.
Yeah, no. I knew some fishy stuff going on, but it's very nice to get extra information from somebody who's just such a sucker.
Alt's so much of a sucker. Like he fell for Tisk at the beginning of it. He did some bad
Very
stuff.
nice guy.
Then he tried to be friends with Stevian, and Stevian is like terrible and shot him in the head.
He just wants friends and acceptance. He wants to be loved.
He really just wants to be loved, but Crown made him feel at home now. Like, we know that that's back to just, that's where that is. Alright, and so Joaquin knows that. Excellent. And so we're back to Kay. Kay, do you have an idea for a scene, or would you like me to give you one? Because I've got one for you if you want it.
I do have an idea, but I'm
Sure.
curious what yours is.
You get, there's 2 more scenes after this. It's just the scenes might change based on like how the tilt goes, and the tilt will happen right after this.
What's yours?
My idea is Kay is currently being tailed.
Oh shit.
Like, Kay has discovered like these drugs are going on. Like, so it's probably like, if not the next day, like it's probably either the next day or like later on in the same week. Like, Kay has discovered the drugs and voices like
Kay
pinboard.
definitely went to go retrieve more batteries out of engineering and was just like, what's this? And picked up his notes. And then walked out with them.
So yeah. Do the notes just say, got this from Tisk? Undercity, like lever action, then the address. The fully drawn diagram of the lever action, X marking exactly where you got them.
Royce would be methodical with Tsoki there to do all that.
They were just drinking so much caffeine.
We're just like, Tsoki, this is right? This is the exact map and location of everything, right?
It's just like, Tsoki, take notes, and I'm just like writing everything that's coming in my brain, and it just happens to be all of the information that just happened throughout the entire night.
There's a perfectly sketched picture of the lever
Adley
action.
has to take a Kay has to take a second to look at the script and be like, this is not Adley's report. But it's basically the same thing as what Adley did writing a report.
Then you got Royce and like sleeping on the cot in his shop, and Tsoki's curled up on him like the shrew.
No, that's adorable. Kay just hasn't slept and everyone else is passed out. So yeah, Kay is just like, what is this? And it's like following that trail, trying to figure out what is going on, because clearly someone is making the forest and also these weird lemons that Vatna says are wrong. Not lemons, dang it, the thing. Never mind. Do I know about that?
About what?
The dust stuff. Do I know the source of it?
The dust, you might, but based on how like thorough Tsoki's notes were, then
Okay.
yeah. And the crystal statue is probably in that room with them right now.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I wish I had the ability to banish something, but we're just gonna not touch that, and we're gonna be tracking this down.
Nice.
I feel like I might run into Joaquin, assuming that we can get them to speak over audio.
So
You there,
guys-
Ez?
I'm here. I'm so sorry.
it's fine.
good.
It's so I think the way that this scene is looking, like yeah, Kay bumps into Joaquin in the Undercity, like probably outside of
Yeah.
the what's that? Yeah, like you
I was just
like right outside the
indicating-
boneyard. Absolutely. Right outside the boneyard. The boneyard is the bar that is down in the Undercity. Like, whatever this scene is between you two, absolutely, but know that we are seeing it through the scope of a night vision rifle, but it is not detecting night vision. It is very specifically detecting magic, and K is lit up like a beacon on this thing.
Ah, shit.
Like, it's very much the Predator situation. Like, the rifle scanning over, and it goes over Joaquin, and Joaquin is like teal. So's K. K's teal as well through this, but much, much brighter. And like everything magical that you guys are carrying is lighting up like a beacon. It's like you guys walking through like Total Recall's like scanner situation.
From the viewpoint of like a viewer, is this person able to hear what we're saying? Just curious.
Probably not. Maybe there's like a mic in their ear they can pick up every once in a while. They can pick up some of the things that you're saying.
Okay.
They're really good at lip reading.
Really good at lip reading.
I have no lips. Maybe they can only lip read you.
Well, then it's just like, are they just reading the magic that's coming off of you?
Oh no.
Oh, whatever.
Okay, so they might know some of the things you're saying. All right.
Yes.
So we are now in the Undercity, and I'm like, have you?
If we think that is the more fun story to tell, like it's completely up to like whether or not we think it's a more fun show if they know what you are saying.
I think it's interesting if they know parts of what we're saying.
Yeah.
All right, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm down here and I'm like, hi, so I was actually, you spend some time down here, I guess. Do you happen to know where this shop is? Because I have these notes and I kind of hold them out to you because you're an officer. I trust you.
Okay.
And you just see these notes that are saying that the guy that told you all that stuff. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
The notes are basically the guy that told you the information about our crew members is selling drugs. But they're magic drugs from the forest. And also the dream worm? Yeah, the dream worm stuff.
I see. We have notes here from. See, I'm sorry. Just to clarify, you're talking about Tisk. You're talking about Prague. This is information you got from Prague's terrain developers.
This is about Tisk, correct?
It is the information that you saw based on the board is like. It's conflicting. There's a lot about Bobbert. Like if you are taking the board 100% on face value, then you believe Bobbert is responsible for all of this, and that Tisk is just like a lackey in the situation.
Okay, so yes, like the business is a front.
I see. I'm feigning shock here because I think I'm playing this close to my chest. I don't want, I don't want it in at this point. I'm figuring out.
You broke up. Please say it again.
I'm like, this is a very serious accusation. It's definitely going to need to be investigated. You think that Bobbert's running an illicit drug trade?
Through this shop, yeah.
Through the shop as a front. So are you going to investigate right now?
I was. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't been down here before other than like to the bar, so I'm not really sure where anything else is.
Alright, Kay, this is like I pitched this scene for you. Do you want it to end negative or positive?
Yeah, this is
And do keep in mind that for Fiasco, like middle of the road, an absolute 0, like when you because you add points for your positive cards and you take away points for your negative cards. If you end up with 0, that is the worst case scenario. Even
negative is better than 0, right?
Yeah, even going negative. If you get full points on negative side, then it's still good.
Okay, I mean, we all canonically know that Kay is bad at sneaking. They got caught in a window trying to get out of that house
They
in the
did.
village.
It is definitely not one of their
So I
strong
guess
suits.
the thing I might pose to you as a question is, do you want Joaquin to lead you there to, or do you want Joaquin to potentially protect you from the entire operation and send you as misdirected?
That could be really fun. Just like Joaquin playing, just like, no, it'll be
Yeah.
fine situation. Like, that could be a really
Right.
good negative, and it would play to the need to escape notice.
It's just like, it's
And
fine.
it's also because I
Point me in
need
the
you
wrong
not to be
direction.
noticed down here because you are very conspicuous.
What?
Eric has asked me not to let you fall into the wrong eyes.
But I don't know that, so did you say that out loud?
I'm not saying that out loud. It's
Okay,
more
cool.
a, do you want it to go positively for you, as in Joaquin can misdirect you and potentially protect you, or negatively where he leads you right to where you're going and now you're wrapped up in this whole thing and potentially noticed?
I'm assuming that a negative for me in this scenario would be that I'd get noticed by at least Tisk. We already know that someone sees me.
Absolutely. Like, so what happens is, like, the scene is just like the rifle or whatever, the scope following you two during the conversation, and then somebody like puts their hand to their ear and it's just like, I've got the shot. And that now we are gonna like count up our scores. So everybody click.
Oh, jeez.
Oh shit!
So now we flip the cards. You can right click them and just click flip, I believe, and it'll tell you your numbers. I will do it for Ez, so Ez knows. Alright. Alright, give me 1 second.
How do we make it bigger?
You know, I don't know. I'm also having a hard time flipping one of Ez's because it's so high towards the top of the screen that, like, I think me and Ez might be... Okay, there we go.
I moved
no.
it down for you.
Oh, yeah. Got it. Alright.
God, I'm squinting. I can't read my own cards.
Alright, oh, sorry. Here. I can make them bigger, but you guys can't for some reason.
Y'all, I might die.
Alright, so far, who has the least or the most trouble? The most trouble is definitely Kay, and the most good is Royce. So what this is Kay has 2 plus 3 bad things, which is basically you make it a negative. And they are both, you have tragedy, death after an unpleasant struggle, or tragedy, pain followed by confusion. And then Royce has failure, someone or something survives against the odds, or guilt, somebody panics. Now, those two, like you guys, because you have the highest numbers of us all, have to choose one of those, and that happens. So we need a tragedy after an unpleasant struggle, a death after an unpleasant struggle, or pain followed by confusion. Okay, which one? And how does it happen?
Oh man.
I mean, if I would
these are good.
Yeah, they are good. I wouldn't kill. I don't think we should kill your character.
No, I was thinking that maybe someone else got accidentally killed, but
Everybody should try
Been
dying
waiting
at least
to play
once.
a game where I can kill off my character in some sort of hilarious blaze of glory, but I understand not wanting to do that. You get invested.
I feel like the most obvious answer is because someone is about to snipe K, pain followed by confusion.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. So, but you guys do get to keep these because they add to the end of it. And Royce, what do you got? Like, I know you got somebody panics or someone survives against the odds.
We're gonna go with the somebody panics.
All right, absolutely. So here's how I see it. If you guys have another like pitch, feel free to like let me know. I think what happens is the shot happens. Like they say, I've got the shot, and they take it. But Joaquin right there throws Kay to the ground and gets shot in their place because like asked to keep them safe by who, and that they were trying to keep them safe. They don't and then like the whole town goes crazy.
Joaquin just got shot.
Because Joaquin just got shot, and like meth like comes out of his bar like at the exact same time he sees the bullet like go through Joaquin, and he just starts firing into the top of the buildings where the sniper was. And meth is this big like skeleton dude. He wears a cowboy hat and plays Spanish guitar. He drinks Cosmos, and he's just like charging, like firing, and like everybody's scattering. You see like the teenage kids in front of Karam's like just pull their guns, but they're still just kids. They're not like fully trained, like, and they are also like aiming everywhere, and like they're just kind of firing at people that they see as like, you know, other gang members. So like Indy is over there, and Indy's like firing at Alt, like, and it's just a big riot going on down here.
I feel like up until now, there's been no actual gun violence, and this just set the entire, like, explosive barrel off.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
Like,
Welcome
it
to
was a powder
Chicago.
keg this whole time. Alright, and we are going to... Who wants to start? I will, like, we can start it... We each have 2 more scenes. And, like, it can be after this calms down. It could be, like, directly drop dead in the middle of this.
I feel like Kay starts sparking, and the little airplanes show up, and Kay is trying to get Joaquin out. Like, anywhere. Whatever the nearest building is, we have to get Joaquin out of here. It's like, oh my god, what were you thinking?
The Boneyard's the nearest building, for sure. Like, you could just drag him down the stairs.
I am dragging Joaquin into the boneyard. Hopefully I don't get someone shooting at me again.
You walk in and Scour's there. Scour is a tiny little ferret man that is best friends of Bammon, in case anybody doesn't know. And he's like standing on the pool table, and he's got like a double-barrel shotgun. It's bigger than he is, just waving it around. He sees you guys coming, but he's just like, oh, it's just you. Come on. Get him on the table.
I need you to guard the door. I need to heal him.
Right. He hops off like the table and he goes to the door.
Alright, so Kay technically does have like a healing ability. I don't know if we use AP during these games, but...
So how does this scene end, everybody? Like,
do I manage to heal Joaquin?
And says positive. Okay. So yeah, I'll put the positive in the middle so everybody can see it. Yeah, Joaquin gets healed for sure. But while you're doing it, like you all see like whoever actually it's just you 2 in here right now. And Scour, but Scour's not telling everybody. Scour's no snitch. The more that you heal Joaquin, like in like investigating this wound, this is like a null magic thing. It's taking a lot of effort for you to get any magical healing to work. But you like with the positive outcome, I'm gonna give it to you. Like it's working. But if anybody was watching, they would be seeing some of Kay's bulb, like flowers, close up. Like not like painful. Like it feels like it's taking you're exhausted. It took like 10 times more AP than it should have. You know what I mean?
Finally, I need to sleep.
And it's like, Kay is exhausted from this. But Joaquin is alive and stabilized. And we can go in whichever order we want. Whoever's got a scene, I'm fine.
So the city is just in turmoil now, right?
The Undercity is. Like,
the Undercity.
yeah.
and then it like flashes back to Royce looking at this board, and it's just in the middle of it with all the lines connected is just a flamingo's head.
And
Like
his
drone.
casino and spa.
Yeah. Flamingo's head, and then like
Your notes are gone
CNS.
too.
I don't care about the notes. I'd have them all in my brain now. And Royce is just sitting there, idly like stroking his mustache, and he's like, "I need to. Someone else needs to know. We need to deal with this flamingo."
Right. Do you want me? Are you just gonna go straight to the casino?
No, I need to find somebody to make a plan.
Well, you had one sleeping on you.
Yeah, Tsoki's still there. He's just
Yeah,
watching you.
So you're like me. We don't make the greatest plans. All right.
We make the best plans, Royce. What are you talking about?
That they usually end up with like one of us dying, probably.
Yeah, or getting close, but in the end, works out fine.
I said I'd stop doing that.
Okay, then let me do it.
Like, do you know somebody who could deal with this flamingo? Help us.
Oh. Do I know anybody off the top of my head?
Depends on like if he just means like
Does
fuck
Krieg
them
have
up.
connections?
Krieg has connections. You guys like
I really want to make
Also,
this
like-
convoluted.
I mean, we literally be like, you know who comes up with good plans? Joaquin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's
too.
I
true.
was gonna say, I was literally thinking that. It was like the person who could have planned anything for you is on a billiard table, like bleeding out.
Well, the
Yeah.
last time you heard about where he had been chilling in the Undercity. Maybe you go looking for him.
All right, Joaquin it is. Tsoki, you want to come with? We gotta go find
course.
Joaquin.
I'll give you the scene, and you tell me like how you think it's gonna work out. So you guys get to the Undercity, and it's just like, okay, Joaquin's around here somewhere, and like you guys were just here because you were like breaking into houses and stores.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah, I'm not worried.
It's on fire.
And currently, like, there's just like gunfire happening everywhere. Like, you guys get like halfway through the Undercity, and just all of a sudden, just start hearing like gunshots. And Tsoki, you see this like trail of ghostly green light that's just like hovering in the air. It's dissipating incredibly slowly. Nobody else is pointing this out or mentioning it, but you see it. But you also see Indy like with a Tommy gun at this point, like spraying at Karam's gym, and you see Alt just like keeps like with his like little 1911, no, not little, like his 1911 just like, firing out the window, like handgun style. Like nobody's hurt because everybody's a terrible shot, except for the fact that Joaquin got shot.
Tsoki's gonna wander off towards that trail of mist.
It's in the middle of the gunshots. What's that?
I mean, Royce is just idly walking.
I was
bullets,
thinking
like-
that as
Go
we're
ahead.
walking through the Undercity, we're just casually walking through everything as there's gunshots are happening around us, and we're just like unfazed by it.
Huh, sure is lively tonight.
Party in the Undercity, it seems.
Nice change of pace from how quiet it usually is.
You just see Mr. Method like with his back to a crate with two revolvers, and he just like puts them both to his lips and kisses them, and then just turns around and starts firing into like where the original gunshot was.
Huh.
Do you want this to end positively or badly, or?
I'm going to flip a coin. The coin has said positively.
All right. I'll click and drag it. There we go. So we got a positive in the center. We're going to add that to... Royce is going to have the best ending out of all of us, I'm pretty sure, because his number's already very high.
It's true.
So I can have the worst time later in a different game.
Right?
I gotcha.
So, all of this firing is happening. Tsoki, when you look over at where the bullet went, where it landed, like you can see obviously a puddle of blood. You do see the bullet and the dragging marks that it is K getting Joaquin into the boneyard, which is underground bar. It's like just a basement bar. It's fine. Everybody's fine. But you see the ghostly image of Joaquin laying there. Like, and your eyes begin to glow green again.
Royce, I think we found Joaquin. I'm gonna walk up to it.
Did we?
You don't see it, but Tsoki, you see just like an outline, not an outline, but like it's a shade form of Joaquin laying there, not moving, completely stock still. Joaquin, you are missing some AP, but you don't have to worry about it. When this bullet hit you, it drained like 10 of your AP at once.
Ouch.
And that AP appears to be sitting here in front of Tsoki, for the record.
Look at all those delicious AP people have just been leaving out.
And like, you guys are at the top of the stairs. You know, actually, yeah, it's a successful scene. I'll let you guys go down the stairs to follow it, or Tsoki can stay up there and examine that. Either one is fine. But as Royce goes down the stairs, you will see Scour, a little ferret holding a double-barreled shotgun, and he like shoots at you as soon as you come in, but it just goes directly into the ceiling. Like, he cannot handle the shotgun.
You should get some gains.
I'm sorry. You're with them. Oh, my bad. Oh, okay. All right. Whew. Yeah, I mean, I could hit the gym. I think I could hit the gym. Like, Bam has been talking to me like about like the fact I need to work out because like I keep getting into trouble. Do you got like a good workout regimen for me? Like, can you help? Well, Joaquin and Kay are both like laying on the pool table. One of them just got done bleeding, and one of them is almost passing out. For the record.
What the hell is going on in here?
Oh, one of them got shot, but I don't know which one. Like, we got him up on the pool table, and then that one started healing that one, and then that one like kind of collapsed a little bit. It seemed like they were really tired. You guys should get more sleep. And then that one, then the other one, they're bleeding on the pool table. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that out.
Can I like try and like wake Joaquin up?
Oh yeah.
Like, hey, Joaquin, I got a question.
That ended like positively. So yeah, like we can move right into that scene if Joaquin wants to do that as their scene.
Yeah, no, that.
All right, so yeah, how did you wake him up? Did you do like the face slap thing?
So they're like not actively bleeding now, right?
Not actively bleeding. No, it's healed up, but like they have a hole. I'm gonna say, where do we want the bullet to have hit? Joaquin, what's a good
I
spot?
was gonna say, where do I want my cool scar? Yeah.
Yeah, where do you want this bullet to have gone through you?
So we're saying it went through me.
Yeah. Or yes, because the bullet's in the ground outside that Tsoki can investigate. Oh, sorry. Oof, I missed that one.
Have it like seem like a very rare. I basically got shot in the head and somehow lived. Like,
Oh,
lost an
okay.
eye.
Oh, you want like straight up like through the orbital cavity. All right.
Or like at such an angle where it's going to raise that area. You're gonna lose an eye, but you know, stopping the bleeding was a concern. But other than that, like, yeah, boom, like your eyes like can't knock you down.
I heard 30% of that.
I'm pretty sure that they want that Joaquin got shot in the eye, but just enough to like not hit the brain and like none of the thing. But that's why it was so difficult to heal them, because like it's like an eye shot.
So Joaquin's gonna have a sweet eye patch.
Royce just walks up like, damn, you look bad.
That's what I'm thinking in coming through now.
I mean, my other thought had been just like a chunk got shot out of your throat.
Can't hurt that voice.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, no, just shot in the eye, but not directly where it took. And I think
I keep hearing the beginning of the sentences and then it dies.
All right, so where we are at right now is Joaquin. Like in my head, like some kind of like who ripped their shirt to give Joaquin a current eye patch.
I
I
don't
mean,
have
how
much
unconscious is Kay?
Oh, pretty unconscious. We'll just say that Scour comes up and like rips his like bandana and ties it around Joaquin's head to get it all like completely like no more bleeding. Just like who's that character? Thancred? Is Thancred the character that has like the cloth eye patch for a while?
Yeah.
please not him.
I don't
But yes,
like
yes.
any of those characters. Like I've said it before, I don't like a single
Yeah.
character from Final Fantasy 14.
Wow, not even your own character.
My character
Alright,
hates
so-
all of the other characters because they keep telling him to like go
Stop.
kill monsters. What was I about to say? Alright, so you guys like, Joaquin's getting back up, like regaining consciousness. You see Kay, who is now like slumped over on the table, like not completely unconscious, but very just weak. And how do we want this scene to end for Joaquin? Like, which direction do we want it to go? Is this a negative or a positive scene?
I mean, to me, it
Do I need to win, or do I need to go further down?
It's like, right? Is it like snapping up a win?
I mean, I feel like I've got some immediate commands to issue.
Sure, then positive it is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of get my senses back together, like gauge the room, like realize like, oh, you know, something terrible happens. Oh, what? Oh yeah, I call it. And then
I'm not sure you can see from that eye anymore.
oh, is down in the boneyard now.
Yeah, Kay and Tsoki, are you outside the boneyard?
Yes.
Okay, Soki's outside the boneyard. Royce and Kay and Scour and Joaquin are all inside the bar.
I'm gonna immediately, I'm like, Royce, where is Tsoki?
Upstairs, I think. You know, the party that's going on outside.
The gunfire
Party,
does like
right. Understood.
the gunfire starts picking up as like you hear what definitely sounds like a larger caliber gun just start going.
Someone pulled out the minigun.
They're really getting into it up there.
All right, Royce, go get Tsoki. We need to get Kay out of here, and then you're coming with me. We have something to finish.
If it involves bringing down a flamingo's empire, I'm all about it.
There is something about the
We're
way
going to be bringing something out, and I'm muscle.
there is something about the way that Joaquin, when like giving orders, feels like overtakes you, Royce. Like even as like the commander, like, and this is me giving Joaquin the legendary ability that I've been sitting on for a little while.
Ooh.
Joaquin has the legendary ability called it's either two things. I'll let you guys vote on it. It's either Taskmaster or Taken to Task. And if Joaquin orders anybody to do something and they do what they're ordered to do, then they get to roll twice. Like they roll and Joaquin rolls, and you take the higher. But if Joaquin's roll was the higher, you know for a fact you wouldn't have gotten that done without Joaquin.
Ooh.
Like that
Nice.
just becomes like part of it. So that is Joaquin's new legendary ability that I had planned.
It pays to.
It's really good when I know who your character is, because then I can like make like things for you guys, like specifically.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that is the scene. So Royce is being ordered to get Kay out of here, or like basically clear the. Like, I'm gonna switch over to Tisk's scene real quick. You guys see Tisk like running around, like I don't want to use the words chicken with a head cut off, but very similar. He is just like fleeing all the all the gunshots, and like his shop is getting like shot at. There goes Joaquin, I think. But we'll get them back. Oh, there it is. He's like shuttering his shop. You don't see a gun in his hand or anything, but as he's like running around, you see through his eyes, not through you guys' eyes, but through Tisk's eyes, he sees a group of people with gas masks on running around the Undercity. Each one of them had like a couple of them have like the man catcher like polearm situations and like nets tied to their waist, and one of them has a very high powered looking sniper rifle. And they are like running through the city. Does this end good or bad for Tisk?
Does Tisk know these guys?
Tisk does not know these guys. He is like hiding from them too.
Well, I think it ends.
Oh.
I want to say it ends well for him, just because I haven't had my shot.
Okay, I'm gonna take that one because.
Fair.
All right, so it ends well. You see, so he manages to like get all of his windows down, like, and you see the metal like slam, and like then you see these people like bashing up against his door, like making running starts and like trying to like shoulder check this door, and they're not getting through. And the one with the sniper rifle is like firing at the lock, but the bullets are like, ricocheting off of it. And they're all like looking back and forth. They cannot break into here. And that is where Tisk is. He is locked in the safe room of his pawn shop. So Tsoki and Kay, you both have turn. No wait.
I
Just
went
Tsoki.
first, but
Yep,
also
sorry.
I have a terrifying mental image of just trying to get Kay out of this city while there's a whole bunch of gas mask people hunting for them.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
All right, what scene do you want, Tsoki?
So I'm sitting here, gunfire whirling all around. I'm investigating this ghostly dead body of Joaquin. Yeah, sound right?
Yeah, that is where we're at.
So, Tsoki, kind of sits down next to this body and just starts to examine it. And it's just like, now what are you? And is this the same kind of ghostly figure that was carrying, or same type of ghost figure that was carrying the lantern in the?
Very
lab?
similar, yeah. Like not the same body, obviously. Like this looks like a ghost of a different person.
Okay. And so I'm gonna sit down, and I'm gonna go like cross-legged. I'm gonna start trying to meditate. But as there's, a firefight going on around me, it's a little bit hard to do. So what Tsoki's gonna do is, in all of his bright ideas, he's gonna reach into his bag and he's gonna take off 2 of his like chaos pearls. And he's gonna look at him real quick. And I want somebody to make a choice for me right now on how this ends for me. Reminder, Chaos Pearls just sends everything and all loose objects and people flying around. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about that.
Yeah, I'll let one of you three roll it. Not roll it, but give them.
Yeah. Let's see what this goes. Ah, yes. Negative. So, obviously, in all my infinite great plans, I'm gonna throw one at either side of the battle, right?
Okay.
With the intent of stopping all of the gunfire. And Tsoki's gonna yell out, "Hey, cut it out, will you?" And he's just gonna throw one at either side. And I think what happens is, after the Chaos Pearls do their thing and everybody gets thrown around a bit, now everybody is looking at Tsoki in the center of this. That's just caused everything to go flying around.
Get him!
Absolutely. You see, at the top, it's another rhino, but it's a much bigger than Indy. And he has a shirt that just has a no written on it just says nope on the front of it.
Oh my god, nope, rhino, heck yeah.
And he is carrying those giant the giant heavy machine guns with a disc based loader on the top. Do you guys know what I'm talking about when I say that? I play a lot of Battlefield, but I can't remember what it's called.
Shit. I'm not gonna remember that off the top of my head.
But it's so big compared to any other character wouldn't be able to hold this. That's how big it is. And he just sets it on an edge and just starts going. And these bullets are flying at Tsoki. Tsoki, you don't have enough time to study because you do have enough time to study. You can study this, but you are taking shots while you are doing it.
Shot,
if you want,
shot.
This has to. Yeah, it's this has to in negative for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think being pinned down with a bunch of gunshots and having to retreat into the bar is pretty negative, especially since we know that the other 3 want to get out of this bar.
Right. And I think that's the best direction for the story. And so it's just I'm trying to get everybody to stop. They all just turn their attention to me, and now I'm getting shot at from everywhere. And I'm just well, that didn't work. All right. And I'm trying to dance around the bullets to try to pick up the bullet that's there, but I can't because I'm getting shot at. So I just retreat back into the bar.
As you enter the bar again, you guys all hear Scour shoot the shotgun and hit the wall.
I also just have this image that like no one wants to shoot the actual building itself, so they're waiting for us because they're afraid of the owner. They're like, nah, Meth will fuck us up.
Oh, Meth's already out there. He's not having a good time. He got hit in the chaos pearl.
Oh no.
Meth's just out there unconscious.
Tsoki.
Alright, so this is the last round. What's everybody's last scene?
I think mine's clearly taking K away from here.
I am unconscious.
Just doing a real hacksaw ridge.
Yeah. Like 100%. I will use any means at my disposal to get K out of here safely.
Gas mask people are looking for us. Be careful.
Oh, you don't know that. You have no idea.
Destroy anybody.
Yeah,
in my
we
way.
don't know that. So, I mean, good luck. Am I unconscious or am I vaguely conscious?
You can be as conscious as you want. Whatever makes the scene like the way that you want it to be.
Is this Royce's, I guess, because he's hauling me?
Like it can be voices. If you guys want me to give you scenes, I can give you scenes. If you have scenes yourselves, let me know.
Cold. Is this you or is this me?
I'd say it's mine since I'm doing the active role here.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, like, voice. You have. How are you carrying K? Are you fireman carrying K over your shoulder?
Over my shoulder. I figure K is pretty light.
Yeah, I think K's light.
Yeah, K is only like 112 pounds.
Yeah. So like over one shoulder, and I'm just booking it.
All right. Just for clarity, are the other two with you? Are Tsoki and Joaquin? Are you just following Royce as he like cuts this line through?
I think as I enter the bar, I'm just yelling at Joaquin, be like, "Oh, you're not dead."
Move aside. I gotta go.
Oh, okay. Where are we going?
Tsoki, we need to get out of here.
K is kind of like half aware. Like, is there a back door?
Skyward is like, no, we're underground, and he cocks his shotgun and like steps out from around the corner real quick, and just like you hear the big gunshot as he goes flying past you again, because like the recoil is way too hard on this guy.
K just kind of thumbs up while hanging from Royce's shoulder.
Does this end well for you, Royce? Do you get out just fine? It seems like a thing Royce would be good at, so.
I mean, who's gonna shoot at the determined dwarf that everybody knows is unhinged, apparently?
Fair enough. I'll give you that other. I'll give you the other positive. Here's what I think happens, and like stop me if you don't like it. As you guys are like going out, there's definitely like one of the members, like the Nope Rhino, has you dead to rights. Like he has you right in his like mark, and all of a sudden you see Karam come flying out of nowhere and like drop him with a flying kick. And like the rhino's horn breaks and goes slamming into the wall. This doesn't count as like breaking you guys' combat, don't worry. But like as you're running, you just seeing like Karam getting in this like. Karam is just like a normal sized dude, and the Nope Rhino is like really fucking he's the size of a rhino standing up. So like there is definitely a fight scene up there happening. It's a very like martial arts movie of like big guy versus like normal sized guy.
Hell yeah.
I'm actually picturing it very much, and like this is a very like in joke for me. Have you seen the second Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes film when they're like in a boatyard and there's this really big guy beating up Robert Downey Jr.? That is what the fight is looking like for me.
Oh, shit. I get it.
It's just like
unfortunately do not.
It's like the Nope Rhino is grabbing Karam by the head and like throwing him through windows and stuff, but Karam keeps coming flying out of the windows holding like frying pans and stuff and beating the shit out of him.
Nice.
So that is how it was successful. The fact that you have backup.
I feel like somewhere Nickel is like freezing half the Undercity.
Oh yeah, like Nickel is like down here, like freezing, like maybe not even freezing stuff, maybe keeping it lower profile, but like every time like one of Tisk's like guys come at him, you just see his arm get broken and like thrown to the side. I don't know why I picture Nickel that he fights very
Quick and brutal.
Krav Maga style, like you come at him, he grabs your arm and like twists the wrist too far, and just like then throws you away. Very just like no nonsense. But I picture Karam as kind of the opposite. Karam is very Bruce Lee in his fighting style in my head, like really like outlandish moves, but when they land, they fucking land. That is what I'm picturing. As long as that's cool with all the characters that I'm mentioning. But yeah, I think some of the bullets like get fired at Royce, but then like with the unhinged personality, because you already mentioned it, Royce just kind of stops, stands in the middle of all the gunfire, and like looks right at Indy, and Indy like drops his gun and runs.
Good boy.
All right, what other scene do we want? Oh, I have a scene for Tisk, unless somebody else has something in mind. Right.
I mean, I have to imagine that having seen Kay and Joaquin going into the bar, whoever shot at them probably knows where they are and is probably tracking them again.
Oh shit, so you want another scene from like that point of view?
I mean, come on, we gotta escape, man.
Symmetry's good.
Cool.
Alright, so like from above, you guys see that scope reactivate and like is scanning, and like the point of view from this is like right in front of the lever action. Like there's two guys behind him, like they've both pulled out blowtorches and are trying to like get themselves through that door. They're trying to cut their way through it with like a weird green flame. And the sniper is like looking, and we are looking through that scope once again. And you see him like tracking, and Royce is glowing pretty like solidly in the scope. But when it goes over K just like is a nothing there, or like it's very faded. And they scope around and around, and like we see Joaquin in the scope as well, and it absolutely registers nothing on the scope right now.
Wow, that's cool.
And so I personally I'm giving you this scene, but I personally think it's gonna end positively.
Because we get away.
Because you guys get, unless you want it to end negatively. Like you can tell me that it ends negatively, because you do have more points in negative.
That's true. Would they really want to try it? Damn, why do you gotta make this hard for me, Alan?
It's just the game.
Of course.
Yeah, you rolled a 9.
They rolled a 6, obviously.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so you have 6 up there. Yes.
I feel like can negative be we get away, but there's more ongoing issues
Absolutely,
later on?
Yeah. What are those ongoing issues? Like, let me know.
I mean, I assume that they now they know what K looks like, they know where K is, and they're probably just going to continue hunting.
All right, but with this negative, we are saying that K does not know, like nobody in the crew knows about this.
I feel like we have some idea that someone was targeting K, but
Absolutely.
we don't know who.
I will definitely concede that point. You guys 100% know somebody was attacking K. Joaquin took the bullet for them. They had some kind of magical bullet that you could not regather, but there are no suspicions put on the people from Gibbet through this.
They were running around the Undercity, but so was everyone else.
So is everyone else. All right. So yeah, that is the end of Kay's scene. But you guys are making it out of here. We know that. All right. Joaquin, do you have a scene that you particularly want? I have one that for you if you don't think that your mic's going to work.
I'll hear a pitch, yeah.
Okay. So the idea I have for Joaquin is, like, as everybody's escaping, Joaquin looks over and sees the 3 people from Gibbet standing in front, like trying to get into Tisk's door, and just calmly goes up, like manages to like sneakily go up and deal with those 3. And whether like you decide it's a negative or a positive, like if you decide it's a positive, we just get to see Joaquin kicking ass.
It's the rare scene, yeah.
Just goes up there, like rapier in one hand, riding crop in the other, and just fucking dismantles these 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with positive. I really want to see that.
That's hot.
Yeah, let's do. Joaquin comes up, notices they're trying to take that out. He's noticing they're from Gibbet. He's putting the dots together because he already has his secret mission, so to speak.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So.
And you're basically invisible to them right now because you're out of AP.
So I'm gonna go with like, let's, the fencing degen comes out. One of them gets the long end of it, just like slid right into that sweet spot of their back. Another one, like, right down their throat into their chest cavity, and then the last one just gets a nice clean heart stab or something like that. And it's just all like 1, 2, 3, and they're all done.
Fucking. Like, you see, like, the metal door cracks open a little bit as Tisk, like, looks out. He's just like, oh, thank Jesus. As he, like, rolls the thing up. And this is Tisk's scene right here. And somebody tell me if it ends good or bad for him. But he's just like, well, can't have news about this getting out. You mind getting the other end? And he, like, grabs the legs of one of them and starts dragging them into his shop.
I will help.
So like, he's just like throwing, like, you see a one of the boxes with entirely too many locks. He walks over to it, and he's just like, hate using this. And like, once you get all 3 of the bodies in there, he's like, I'm gonna need a favor. Can you sit on this for a second? Like, talking to Joaquin.
Yeah, I could stand to take a look.
Excellent, thank you. Like, and as he's undoing the locks, you hear it, like, this chest seems like it's growling. He's like, calm down, dinner will be ready soon. And like, he has to take off 7 locks. And he's just like, okay.
Mimic.
Okay. And he is now throwing, he's like, all right, get off real quick. And he is throwing bodies into a mimic, is what he is doing.
Oh my god.
Fantastic.
I can't see this as going anything but right.
Okay, absolutely.
So
It could have gone wrong, and then, like, Joaquin would have had to fight a mimic.
I mean, throwing bodies in a mimic, clearly that has to go well.
It's like, yeah, that... He has been, like, all 3 of the bodies get consumed. He's just like, alright. And he wipes his brow. And, like, you start to hear the mimic snoring as he, like, puts the locks back on.
As I'm, like, putting my sword away and kind of just, like, getting my... getting ready to leave shop again, I'll just be like, well, Tisk, I have been thinking about your offer, and I do think there's something you and I can do together, but we might have to renegotiate the arrangement. Myself, Krieg, Nickel, and Karam will be in touch soon.
He does a big sigh. He's like, yeah, absolutely. You might want to look out for that Bobbert guy. I don't think he's all... And then he just faints.
Oh, I was gonna say, and I suggest you keep your nose clean until I get things out.
Like, one of his hands goes up, and he's just, like, unconscious on the floor.
Alright.
Alright, Tsoki, what's the last scene?
Alright, so we've gotten Kay out of the Undercity.
Yep. When you turned around, Joaquin wasn't there.
Okay. And I'm still with Royce and Kay?
Yeah, you can still be with Royce and Kay, or you can have split up.
Yeah, no, I think I split off. I went back for the bullet.
Okay.
Because, I'm still curious.
Absolutely. So yeah.
I need to know if the shootout is still going on.
I think it is. I think it is calming down. Like, you are not, like, being suppressed because Karam is, like, handling that rhino right now.
Okay. So, I'm going to go back and once again try to investigate the ethereal body.
The body has, like, at this point, faded away. Like, you can see where it was. Like, you know where it was, but it's not there. You can kind of feel its outline for a second before it fades away completely.
Okay. But the bullet's still there, yeah?
Depends on if they give you a negative or a positive, I guess.
All right. I was gonna say, I'm fine with that bullet just being gone, picked up in the...
I think nobody's cared to grab a bullet.
Okay.
It's the middle of a gunfight. Going for a bullet seems excessive, so only you are crazy enough to do that.
Right. Only Tsoki would be like,
right.
Where's the bullet?
Or rather, can you identify the bullet? The just staggering amount of, like, slugs and empty casings that...
It definitely, like, the ground in that spot...
Suggestion.
Yeah, the ground in that spot is, like, littered with bullets because, like, the Nope Rhino decided to unload a fucking, like, minigun at you.
Yeah.
One bullet was it?
Exactly.
Did it blow or... Yeah.
Yeah, but you managed to get that bullet. Upon touching that bullet, Tsoki, I think, was it Patagon or was it Irwin that shook the hand with the person from Gibbet that lost some AP? You feel like it starts to drain your AP, and, like, don't worry about the numbers. But, like, you are, like, you get tired from just touching this bullet. But then you, you can pull your hand away from it and then use, like, tongs or something that you would have on you to pick it up. Like, this is a bullet designed to take down people like you guys. Like, the more magical your character is, the more harm that this bullet would cause you. Like,
we don't know whose it is.
And you don't know whose it is, but somebody's firing. We're gonna get them back soon, the away team. This bullet shares a very similar design to a gun that Castor and Pollux have. It might be it might be, like, worth, like, looking into that once they come back. So yeah, like, I think the gunfight has basically ended. Joaquin is, like, walking around the city. Royce has Kay back up to the infirmary, got their feet in some, healing water with just, like, a dash of B in it.
Just a dash.
Just a dash
of B. Coming to next on the sales.
Kay is just like, you know what? We may argue, but you're a good guy.
So now we have to flip all of our cards, for the record, everyone. I will flip Joaquin's. Joaquin just got like all +1s, which is not particularly great.
A 1, 2, 3, flop.
And so Joaquin got a total of 6. 3 +1s and a +3. Tisk got a total of a lot.
16.
Tisk is at 16, but Royce is at 9, 12, 14. Oh, Tisk got the highest.
Yep.
All right, let me read everybody's like ending, and then
How
you
did
guys.
it go so well for Tisk?
Everything this game went great for
Everything's
Tisk.
coming up, Tisk.
Everything is. He's gonna be great. Like, don't worry, he wasn't gonna be a main character, but I have decided it.
So I guess do the green and the red add together, or do you subtract one?
You
from the other?
subtract. You subtract red from green.
Okay, so I have -6 then.
All right, so K, you have -6. Let me.
I'm at
Let me
-3.
All right, -6. It is pathetic. This did not go well for me, and I'm going to suffer for it. Everyone is going to know about my malfeasance, my foolishness, my lack of common sense and decency.
I'm not sure how that makes sense, but okay.
I think it makes sense only in the sense that Joaquin was trying to keep you hidden, and instead you just walked like blatantly around.
I didn't know that I was needing to be hidden.
Exactly, 100%. It's just like, and now like you tried to heal, but your healing didn't work out the way that you wanted it to, so you're like feeling bad, and like you're a little wilted. Like, we'll just like play that one forward for your next game. Like, imagine that you are like wilted. You're like a little messed up, not terribly. You got -3, you said.
Yep.
All right, let me see what that one is. Disastrous. My situation can be summed up with one word: harsh. I have problems now that I didn't have before, hanging over me like a black cloud. Medical problems, personal problems. Nothing I need is coming my way ever.
Jesus.
Damn!
What am I talking about?
Just say yes, Tsoki. You're a little messed up, man.
You're just a little messed up. Oh man.
The medical problems is just like he accidentally held that bullet too long.
Too long. Like, yeah, you know what? Start your next game, Tsoki, which is Little Pistol this Friday. Everybody come check that out. Start that one with 4 less AP.
Okay.
Oh,
I was gonna say, I think side effect of ingesting pure magic could also be effect of that.
Oh,
Oh,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah.
Like you are both incredibly high on magic and incredibly magic.
Uppers and downers at the same time. Let's go.
Right? It's just like, let's all drink 4 Loco because that's smart. All right.
Also, what's the personal problem?
Hey, did I moved that. I moved one and now it's gone. I was looking at the one for Ez and then then it disappeared. Where did the 6 go?
I don't know. I think I accidentally moved a 0 just now.
Oh, there it is. Oh, no. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry, everybody. This game's a little finicky. Here we go. Did I?
There you go.
Oh, there it is. Excellent. So 6, the wretched. Things have been better. I've been down and brought low, but at least I have learned a lesson from human greed and frailty.
I mean, that seems on point.
It does kind of seem on point for the way that today's game went. Like, no negatives for your next game.
His frailty is that he's been shot and he knows.
Yeah.
Bullets suck. All right, so the way that it works.
Bullets are fine. Inertia sucks.
So the way it works, the inertia is just real bad. The one that when we have tied, the highest person, the one with the actual highest, gets the one above 12, and you get the next step lower. Royce is inspirational. When you look at me, you see an example of someone that has it all. Despite having a lot of hardships and danger, I persevere and triumphed. I got what I wanted and then some.
Yeah, fuck you, Royce.
What
I'm
is
just
it that
so
you
amazing.
you are? But what is it that you wanted?
I think what I wanted was to figure out from this game, the batteries.
Okay, yeah. So you figured out the batteries are made of magic. Upon further studying, like when you get back to your shop after everybody's wounded and stuff, and you get back, you realize the centrifuge has been on this whole time. And then you go and like you check it out, and like it's just distilled AP. Like these batteries are currently being made by things in the forest for sure, but that's because that forest is all one giant spell. But it doesn't have to be. They could make these batteries out of you.
Oh, that's no good.
Like the same thing, the same way that they are using the wood and the trees and stuff of the forest, they've probably been using other magical creatures to do it too.
Silent Green is people.
It's made out of living energy from beings. I don't like that.
As far as Tis goes, my genius and hard work have made me the success I am today. Yes, so Krieg and Nickel and Karam and Joaquin, you all have a fifth partner with you now. And they will sell your stuff for you. And they will help you make connections. And
Yeah,
you have...
I'm sure that's fine.
Yeah, you have connections to the underworld. Through Tisk, who is a genius.
Man, so much for leaving the underworld behind.
And Joaquin also has a legendary ability now.
I literally, I mean, that's a big plus. You say this like I was part of it from the beginning, and I just found out about this today. I was trying to get at the bottom of this today.
It just like...
And I'm like, now I guess I'm wrapped up in it, and now I guess we're business.
And now Joaquin needs an eye patch. Because you got shot in the eye with a magic killing bullet that won't let us heal that eye. So that's fun.
I can make you a robo eye.
Oh, shit, robot eye.
Hell yeah!
It's a big plus.
It can be telescoping.
I figure it just adds to like, you can still do persuasion, like sort of charismatic based stuff, but now you have like positives to like being intimidating.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be really good. Like you can coerce multiple ways now.
Eye patch, but he takes it off and there's a robot eye under it.
Eye patch, and it's just one of those like glass eyes that has a middle finger, like a hand painted
Like,
with a middle.
like,
It's like,
buddy, hey, like, you want to talk to me. You don't want to talk to Royce. Don't make me. Don't get Royce back in here, because he'll talk to you, but you're not gonna like me. So like, talk to me. I'm your friend here, pal.
I always picture Royce as like fixing his hand wraps while other people are having conversations, just doing that really intimidating like rewrapping his knuckle. Like no matter what the conversation is, it's just like, oh, how was your vacation? Oh, it was great. And you look over and Royce is just like shaking his head.
It's really that he can't get the wrapping right.
Yeah, it's just like he just doesn't know how to do it.
I mean,
so,
that's probably accurate. Midnight, I need your help. I forgot how to wrap these.
It's just like Midnight, I can get my left hand one really good, but like my right hand, like look at it, and it just looks like how I wrap presents, which is just like terrible.
Why is there so much tape?
Why is this? Like, did he just wrap it in tape? Like I might have just wrapped it in tape. So recap for today's game and like the points that are gonna like everything's gonna stick, but we have learned that Karika is off in the world somewhere and has delivered a very special camera to Kay to help Kay study creatures and magic of this world. Tsoki is seeing ghosts, and that seems weird. Royce has discovered that the batteries can be made of basically anything magical. And Joaquin has realized how much it sucks to be shot by one of these bullets, and then also has insinuated themselves into whatever's happening with Krieg, Karam, and Nickel, which is also like not like for the players, not for the characters, kind of explains what happened to you guys' food problem. You had quite a bit of a food problem, and now you guys aren't having that problem. So I'm sure that won't be a problem. And we have learned that Tisk is an amazing friend of the Wander Cruise. Don't worry about his drug dealing. It has gone perfectly. And his genius has only made him seem like a snake oil salesman, not a drug pusher. So that is today's game. Thank you guys all so much for playing. And thank you, Ez, for showing up when with the difficulties that you're having. Are you still in traffic, by the way?
I am still on the road. Yeah,
that is insane.
I will be home 20 more minutes.
Well, you still played a hell of a game from your car.
Yeah,
Also,
we were
Kay
going
is
through
being hunted, but we don't know that.
Oh, sorry. Kay is being hunted.
Yeah, Kay is being
And so Kay's gonna start the next game wilted. Tsoki's gonna start the next game tired. Royce is great. Royce and Joaquin doing great. Well, Joaquin, yeah.
Joaquin got shot dead. Doing great.
Doing great. Except for missing an eye and now entangled in underworld stuff that you might not particularly want to do, but begrudgingly have to do. Because they're doing it so sloppy.
I keep trying to get out, but they just pulled me in for the first time.
Right.
That's how that goes, right?
Right, that's exactly how it goes.
Wilted, am I short AP or is it just exhausted in general?
Exhausted in general. We want if you roll a mixed success or lower, whatever ability that you do on your next game costs twice as much AP.
Nice.
Alright. And everybody please tune in we have a game on Thursday that's called Fire with Fire. That game is going to be getting half of the away team and half of the bunnies ready to get back. And then on Friday we have Little Pistol. Tsoki plays in that one. And so does Charity and Art and Charity B+, and there's a third, I'm forgetting it.
Mel Noe.
Oh yeah, Sparkly. Yeah, that's right. So thank you guys all so very, very much for coming and playing this game. I'm sorry we had to delay it. I know it's a Tuesday and that's a wild night to play any tabletop, but thank you all so much for showing up and playing.
Thanks for hosting. Thanks for making accommodations, and thanks for rescheduling it all.
I do really enjoy Fiasco, and I feel like this time we really played Fiasco, and I think that was...
I had fun. It went in crazy directions, and it was great.
It really did. But now, I must go to the bathroom. Thank you all for playing. Thank you all for watching. I'm sure Nika has some wrap-up stuff, but I can't. I gotta pee. Goodbye.
Not really anything. So we will see you the day after tomorrow for the next game. Updated schedule is or calendars in the schedule in the Discord. Thank y'all for playing. Bye forever.
Bye.
Bye.